Good afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago. So I'm here yet again to bring clarification to this mess that is ongoing, whereby we have seen that there have been reports that a commissioner of police may have allowed the illegal entry of weapons into the country and being arrested. I just wish to bring the facts so that the country will understand what is going on. First, the SSA is not a law enforcement agency. So they are not allowed to bring in prohibited weapons. That is automatic weapons. A prohibited weapon is an automatic weapon. That is a weapon that can fire 35 rounds in 3 seconds. Only the Defense Force and the Police Service, for example, have that authority to import prohibited weapons. So hearing the comments being made over the last few months and especially over the last few days that these sniper weapons were prohibited weapons, and it is published in the newspapers as well, that is all a lie. A sniper rifle is not a prohibited weapon because it is not an automatic weapon. So that's the first thing. So if it is that the legal department of the police service figured that this was their game of, we catch her because she allowed sniper rifles to be brought into the country for the SSA because it is seen as a prohibited weapon, that is a lie. That is not true. The SSA can acquire weapons, but not prohibited weapons. Secondly, the SSA, again, just the comments being made that the SSA has no authority to have a weapon. How dumb can we be? You have persons who own supermarkets, chain of supermarkets, and he has an FUL, and then he will have 15 firearms through FUECs to give to persons to guard his supermarkets. So you're telling me a supermarket owner can have 15 firearms under his FUL, but the director of the SSA can't use his same FUL to acquire weapons in the same way where certain persons can have FUECs. But again, as I said, they cannot have prohibited weapons. They cannot have assault weapons. And to add to this, the SSA have been responsible and the holders of hundreds of firearms for the last few years since 2016, when all of the weapons that the Special Anti-Crime Unit had, it is now under the control and the care of the same SSA in Kamuto Barracks. But so to clarify all of this, the SSA cannot have a prohibited weapon, but the SSA through the FUL of the director, they can have authority to have weapons with persons having FUECs. The latest, however, hearing a Deputy Commissioner of Police Intelligence coming to state that she has written to the chair of the National Security Council to verify if he gave permission for these weapons to enter the country. It shows either incompetence at the highest level or somebody just does not understand the law, which I think is what happened at the start when the legal department of the police service foolishly decided to arrest the police commissioner without having enough evidence that would have pushed it over the line, and then having the perception that the sniper rifles were prohibited weapons, because up to now they can't even say what they wanted to charge Earl Christopher for. So going back to this thing here where we have the Director of Intelligence writing to the Chair of the National Security Council, a politician has no authority to approve or deny weapons entering the country. So what are you getting the Prime Minister involved in this bacchanal for? He has no involvement. So you write into the Prime Minister, he does not have the authority to approve or deny the entry of these weapons. And if it is you're a Deputy Commissioner of Police and you do not understand that the Commissioner of Police has sole authority, only the Commissioner of Police, no politician has that. But it goes back to, remember, a few years ago, for 3 years, politicians perceived that Gary Griffith was giving out too many weapons because it seemed that they had a concern that I was allowing law-abiding citizens to defend themselves. And they were making comments foolishly, not understanding the law. And that's why we had the Stanley John report and the audit report full of lies, but it is perceived and we have been told. And that's why after 3 years, not one person has been questioned, not one person arrested, not one person charged in relation to those so-called padded audits. And it comes back now, they came with another one. Let's see, we couldn't get Gary, let's try with Euler. But to come now to say that you're writing to the chair of the National Security Council, again, I would like to re-emphasize, a Prime Minister, the chair of the National Security Council, the National Security Council, and politician, none of them have any involvement to approve or deny the entry of these weapons into the country. So why are you bringing the Prime Minister into this? I am starting to believe that people just do not understand their role and function. They do not understand the law. And this is nothing more than a fishing expedition now in a desperate attempt to say, look, we made a blunder, but let's see if we could find something to target an individual. This is totally unfortunate. It is unacceptable. And it is hoped that this here can bring some clarification to the madness that is taking place. Thank you.